Okay, so back to unit circle. And as I said, unit circle is a circle where my radius is just 1. So it goes through these points. And we often want to know where I'm going to end up if I'm going around the unit circle. So we should know all the way around the unit circle how long that takes. Because we should know the circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. In this case, our radius is 1, so our circumference is just going to be 2 pi. So if I go all the way around the circle, then I'm going to get to here. I'm going to get back to my 1, 0. So I'm going to try to find some points. I'm going to try to find the points where, and we're going to call it t equals 2 pi. I'm going to try to find where t equals 4 pi, where t equals pi, where t equals 3 pi, where t equals pi over 2, and t equals 3 pi over 2. So we're going to try to find the points at these parts. So if I go all the way around the circle, 2 pi, that'd be a circumference of 2 pi, it's a length of 2 pi, I get back to my 1, 0, I get back to my starting point. So my point here would be 1, 0. 4 pi, I would go all the way around the circle, because that's 2 pi, got back to here, and I would actually go all the way around the circle again, so I'm going a whole nother 2 pi. So that would again just be the point 1, 0. Get a lot of repeat on these. If I go pi, I'm not going all the way around the circle, right? So this is my starting point. This is where t is going to equal 0, 2 pi, 4 pi. If I go around again, I would get 6 pi, so on. All of those are going to have the same 1, 0 point. Okay? Pi would be, well, half of that. If 2 pi is all the way around, pi would be halfway around. So this would be where t equals pi. That would be the point -1, 0. If I go then all the way around the circle again, it would be pi plus 2 pi, a complete circle. So I would get 3 pi. And if I went around again, I would get 5 pi. So 3 pi would also be -1, 0. Okay, pi over 2 then, if this is 0 and this is pi, pi over 2 should be half of that. So pi over 2 should be here. So t equals pi over 2. I could go around again and get pi over 2 plus 2 pi, pi over 2 plus 2 pi again. So I would just get the point 0, 1. 3 pi over 2, well, let's look at that. 3 pi over 2 is the same thing as a pi plus pi over 2. If I divided this, 2 would go into 3 one time. I get 1 pi left. My remainder would be a pi, so I'd write it as divided, pi plus pi over 2. So here's my pi. This is halfway around the circle. And we just said that pi over 2 is here, so pi over 2 is basically quarter way around the circle. So a pi plus a quarter would get me there. So this would be 3 pi over 2. So that would be the point 0, -1. So these are called arc lengths. And these are 4 of the interesting arc lengths: the 0, the pi, 2 pi, pi over 2, and 3 pi over 2. So 0, pi over 2, I'll do them in order: pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Because 2 pi gets you all the way back around. But they're not the only interesting ones, so we're going to look at a few more in a minute.